Hey gang, Jonathan here for Tailhunter Sportfishing. We had another great week. Big rooster fish have finally shown up, lots of yellowtail as well. Stay tuned, coming right back at you. Oh hey gang, Jonathan here for Tailhunter Sportfishing, and it's time once again for the Mexican Minute La Paz video fishing report, coming to you from La Paz, Baja, Mexico, and covering all of the fishing action for our Tailhunter Sportfishing fleet for the dates of May 6th through the 14th of 2024. Wherever you are, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for checking in. Thanks for spending time with us. And please, if you like what we're doing, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, looks like we had another pretty good week. Lots of variety in the counts. Unfortunately, this week, I got to give you a little warning. I don't have as many pictures as I had last week. And there's a reason for that. Not that the fishing was down or anything like that. It's just that I just didn't get as many photos from folks, or they promised to send them to me and haven't sent them to me yet, but I promise I will get some to you. But that's the reason I don't have as many photos. But that doesn't mean it wasn't a good week. It was pretty solid once again, and once again, a lot of different varieties as we are in that transition period. It's not quite cold water, it's not quite warm water yet, not quite summer. It's getting there, but not quite yet. So a lot of cold water fish showed up this week. Once again, we have several different kinds of pargo. We have barred pargo, we had pargo lisa, we had dogtooth snapper, we had yellow snapper, we have all kinds of cabria that have shown up, anywhere from about 3 to about 7 pounds. Those cabria are hanging in the rocks, and there are some big horse cabria. Let me tell you, we had some larger fish that were lost. I'm going to say 10, 12 pounders. These fish can be very, very voracious. They can also be very ferocious, and with the rocks around them, you know, they're going to tear you up. They're going to get into back to the rocks, get back into the reefs, and break off a lot of lines, and that's surely what happened. But as well, along in those shallow water areas, there's still Sierra, there's amberjack, like I said, the yellowtail, but the yellowtail aren't biting as well for our Las Arenas boats as they were for our La Paz boats. And I'll tell you what, the La Paz bite on the yellowtail has been one of the best I've seen in many, many years. This past week, some of the boats were just, I'm not kidding you, they were plugged with yellowtail, 15 to 30 pound fish. And some of them were getting loaded up so early, they were coming back early. And, you know, also for all the fish that were caught, I'm going to tell you that, you know, sometimes they'll come back and the guys go, yeah, it was kind of a slow day. And I look in the box and they maybe have 2 or 3 yellowtail. And to them, that was slow. But then I talked to the captain goes, hey, they lost 5 or 6 fish as well. And, you know, that's not surprising. Like I said, these fish they're on the surface right now. They're not holding very deep. They're they hang around the structure and everything, so they're right around the rocks and the reefs. And the first thing they're going to do after they grab a bait is they're going to try to head right back to that structure. And if you don't know what's going on, I mean, somebody asked me, how do I know when a yellowtail bites? Do they nibble? These fish don't nibble. I'll clue you in really quick. They're going to hit, they're going to slam, and the first thing they're going to do, they want to go right back to their structure. And, you know, it's a little bit of a freight train action when you've got them on the rod, and they're going to want to go back to those rocks and those reefs, and they're going to cut you off. And if you don't hold on and hang on to your socks, these fish are going to tear you up quite a bit. But guys are having a lot of fun. So for our La Paz fleet, it has been largely yellowtail bite. There have been some Dorado showing up, but the Dorado, once again, it's going to be a little bit, I think, until the waters warm up completely. Waters right now are running between 70 to 75 degrees, but the the Dorado are going to be holding in the warmer water. So you find the warmer water and you'll find a stray Dorado or 2 right now. And the fish are those schoolie size, maybe 10 to 15 pound fish. So we hope the water's going to get warmer and we'll start seeing more Dorado very quickly. There are also some large tuna. Those fish were hooked at the south end and the north end of Cerralvo Island. Fish are huge. I'll tell you what, most people cannot handle these. I'll be real straightforward with you. Having worked on some of the tuna boats out of San Diego, having hooked some large 100, 200, 300 pound tuna myself, these 100, 150, almost 200 pound fish around Cerralvo Island are a bigger fish than most people want to handle. I mean, a 50 pound fish, a 60, 70 pound fish for most people on light tackle is going to be an hour or 2 battle. And I think you probably don't want to handle one of these big boys because you're going to be on them for a long time and the chances are you're going to lose them. But that's part of the fun of fishing. If you put a bait in the water, really, you don't know what you're going to catch these days. Marlin might be showing up at any time right now. We've also got bonito. There's way too many needlefish for our liking. We're also seeing, like I said, Pargo Cabria. There's still Sierra. There's rainbow runners here as well. So I think we got about a dozen different species this week, but unfortunately, like I said, I don't have as many photos as I did last week when I was completely plugged with photos. Didn't have enough space for all of the photos, but this week I just didn't get enough photos. Or as one of the fishermen said, I was too busy. We had fish hooked up over here, over there, losing a fish. We just forgot to take pictures. So that's the story down here. It's still a little chilly in the mornings. I'm still wearing a sweatshirt. I advise you, if you're coming down the next couple days, bring a sweatshirt, bring a light windbreaker that you can take off later, because it does get up into the the low 90s during the daytime, bright sunshine, but you want something in the morning when it's a little breezy, when the spray is blowing and you're out on the boat trying to get out. So just be forewarned about that. The evenings are great. They're in the low 60s. Daytime temperatures get really warm and the humidity is starting to build up into the low 90s. Anyway, a quick wrap up on what's going on, and I'll catch you next week. I'm Jonathan for the Mexican Minute. Take care, God bless, and we'll catch you next time.